Hey guys, it's Jimblade8304 here, and today I'm going to be ranking all of the elemental powers. Well, kind of. Since there are so many powers now, this video would take forever because of all the new powers created by the merge in Dragon's Rising. So instead, we're throwing it back to 2018 and making a tier list. I base this ranking on how much the powers were used in the show, not the elemental master. It also factors in how much I would like to have the elemental power itself. The ranking in the tier doesn't mean anything, I just placed them in Illustrator as I came up with this list. So let's get started with the F tier. In the F tier, I have Reflex, Plants, Propulsion, Fear, Misfortune, and Darkness. For Reflex, it is used by Xur. It gives the user superhuman reflexes and agility. It is too similar to Speed, and that's why I put it in the F tier. Plants, used by Xantans. It allows the user to grow and control plant life. It's basically a reskin of Nature, which ranks a little bit higher. We'll get to that in a little bit. Propulsion, used by Arcrack. It allows the user to curl up into a ball, perform a rolling motion attack. Seems like a power that the Master of Speed could have, or just an additional martial art that the ninja could learn at some point, like Rising Dragon or something. Fear, used by Rocks. One of the 5 chaos elements derived from Thunderfang, allows the user to manipulate the emotional state of fear in an opponent. Executive producer Doc Wyatt has said that emotions can't be elements, but fear is the exception. Rocks really only use the power once on screen, I think. Maybe if we see it more, it would rank higher. Misfortune, used by Zark, another one of the 5 chaos elements derived from Thunderfang. The user can make it so bad things can happen to others around him. Zark only used the power once to flatten tires on a truck, so again, maybe if it was used more, it could rank higher. And for the final one in F tier is Darkness. Darkness is an elemental essence used by the Overlord. It's too close to Destruction, which I put as a higher tier. That's why it ranks in the F tier. Moving on to the D tier. In the D tier, I have Heat, Quake, Nature, Surface Tension, Balance, Sound, and Size. Heat is very similar to Fire, used by Wildfire. Heat's a fine power, but because of its similarity to Kai's firepower, it gets this ranking. It's very useful against Decay, so that's something I guess. Quake is used by Frack, allows the user to create and manipulate vibrations within the earth. It seems like something that Cole would be able to do, to be honest, but instead it's its own power. I like Frack, but it's another power reskin created by the merge. Nature, used by Bolobo, our first power on the list introduced in the Tournament of Elements. It's almost the exact same as Plants, but I guess it's slightly stronger. Surface Tension, used by Mord, allows users to manipulate surface tension, such as turning water into bubbles. Doesn't seem super useful outside of a fight with Nia, but it's a power, I guess. Balance, used by Kizzy. I don't know how this is an element, but it's a nice ability to have, but anybody can really balance if they try. I don't get what the writers were going for with this power. Sound, previously used by Jacob Pevsner, now used by Teal'c. Allows the user to control sound, or in Jacob's case, use it as echolocation. Pretty cool for that ability. Size, used by Gorged, allows the user to grow or shrink their body size. Useful power, but it seems like something that the Master of Form could do with proper training. Moving on to the C tier, these are the middle of the pack elements in my opinion. They're not the greatest, but they're not the worst either. In the C tier, we have Shockwave, Figment, Light, Shadow, Smoke, Gravity, and Decay. Shockwave, previously used by Emperor Levo of Imperium, then passed to his daughter Zeatrix, allows the user to create and control shockwaves. Fine power, nothing special. Figment, used by Algo, allows the user to create copies of themselves in battle, as well as objects they are possessing. Seems useful. I think this could have been like a Spinjitzu technique. I don't know how that would work, but I'm sure the writers could figure something out for that. Light, used by Mr. Pale, allows the user to become invisible at will, also creates blinding flashes. Originally introduced in Tournament of Elements, was a cool concept for someone to have the power of invisibility, and only seemed to get stronger in the Tournament of the Sources. Shadow, originally used by Shade, now Obscuria, allows the user to travel in shadows. It seems similar to Light, but it's a separate power. Smoke, originally used by Ash, now Cinder, allows the user to manipulate and turn into smoke as well as use it for teleportation. I like Smoke as a power, I think it's fine, but I just like other ones a little bit more. Gravity, used by Gravis, allows the user to fly. There are other ways to fly in Ninjago, such as Air Jitsu, Rising Dragon, Elemental Dragons, stuff like that. I'm assuming this power can also manipulate the gravity of other objects around it. If that's the case, makes it super useful. Decay, used by Kerr, the third of the 5 chaos elements on the list derived from Thunderfang. It allows users to make things decompose. Its weakness is heat for some reason, but it seems like a good counterpart to nature or plants, or just an easy way to get rid of an enemy. Moving on to the B tier, these are the elements that are not quite the best of the best, but they're still pretty good. In B tier, I have Poison, Speed, Fusion, Form, Metal, Mind, Water, and Brute Force. Poison, used by Tox, allows the user to manipulate poison and create toxic gases. Can be deadly in the wrong hands, but I think it's a pretty cool power to have. Speed, used by Griffin Turner, allows the user to travel at superhuman speeds as well as enhance agility and reflex. I think the ability to travel super fast would be awesome, thus the B tier ranking. Fusion, used by Geo, allows the user to fuse and separate objects, creating an unbreakable bond between them when fused. Geo mainly uses it for art in Dragon's Rising, but I feel like if he used it more for weapons and stuff like that, it would rank higher. Form, used by Camille, allows the user to take the appearance of anyone, or I'm assuming anything. I don't know, it's never been done like that. But it's an incredibly powerful element in the right circumstances, as we saw in Season 4. Metal, used by Karloff, one of my personal favorite elemental masters, allows the user to transform the body into metal and give them enhanced strength and durability. Very useful, especially for a character like Karloff. Mind, used by Nero, allows the user to read minds, predict their next move, and send messages at will. Very useful in Season 4, and I hope we see more of it in the future. Water, originally used by Maya and now Nia, allows the user to have hydrokinetic abilities such as creating water blasts and manipulating water as a whole. It was introduced in Possession as a counter to Ghost, so plot convenience I guess there, but it's still a very cool power. And Brute Force, used by Noct, the fourth of the 5 Chaos elements derived from Thunderfang, allows the user enhanced strength and attack powers. Noct uses it very well in the Source Tournament, thus getting the B ranking. Next is the A tier, the almost best powers, but not quite the best. In the A tier, I have Technology, Wind, Swarm, Destruction, Lightning, Ice, and Earth. Technology, used by Sora, allows the user to manipulate technology and machines, definitely the coolest of the new elements created by the merge, and I'm excited to see her use this power in the future in more of Dragon's Rising. Wind, previously used by Moro, now Euphrasia, and derived from Wojira, allows the user to manipulate wind and air. It can also be used to fly, making it super useful. Swarm, the final of the 5 Chaos elements used by Drix, derived from Thunderfang, allows the user to manipulate and turn into a swarm of insects. Easily the coolest of the Forbidden 5's elemental powers in my opinion. Can be incredibly powerful and annoying to those in a fight with Drix. Destruction, used by Garmadon, the opposite of creation, one of the most powerful essences in all of Ninjago, gives the user the ability to destroy anything very, very powerful, and Garmadon, I think, uses it well. Lightning, originally used by Jay's mom, who is unnamed as of right now, and now Jay, gives the user electrokinetic abilities. Jay has mastered his powers well. An incredibly powerful element of creation, and when combined with the other elements or mechanical things around him, very powerful. Ice, originally used by also unknown named person, now Zane, gives the user cryokinetic abilities. Some of you may just say ice is frozen water, and it is, but it has the ability to construct things from ice and freeze things in place, something that water can't do, thus the higher ranking. Earth, originally used by Lily and now Cole, gives the user the ability to manipulate the earth, rocks, and minerals. It proved to be especially powerful in the minds of Shintaro against the Skull Sorcerer. And now for the best of the best, the S tier. In the S tier, I have Creation, Golden Power, Fire, Energy, Amber, and Time. Creation, opposite of Destruction, used by Sensei Wu, Master Wu, whatever you want to call him, and the ninja during the Tornado of Creation can be used to create anything. The ninja used it to create the Skeleton Ferris Wheel, the Sonic Raider, they used it to make a catapult to defeat Samurai X in the Slither Pit, and they also used it to defeat the Oni. Golden Power, used by Lloyd when he reached his true potential, probably the most powerful element on the list, can shoot golden energy beams as well as mastery of the 4 elements of creation. Fire, originally used by Rei, now Kai. It is no secret that Kai is my favorite ninja and I love his elemental power. It will be the one I would love to have in real life, and Kai has used his power very efficiently throughout the show, and he's only grown stronger. Energy, used by Lloyd. The combination of the 4 powers of creation allows the user to create energy with a flick of a wrist, a very awesome and powerful element, and Lloyd continues to use it well. Amber, originally used by Skylar's mother and now Skylar, allows the user to mimic and combine other elemental powers after they come in contact with said person who has those powers. It's an awesome concept for a power, and I hope we see Skylar return soon and use that power, because I think it's just great. And the final element, time. Used by Crux and Acronics before being absorbed into the Time Blades, allows the user to speed up, slow down, pause, and reverse time. As I said, control time, control everything. And there we have it, my elemental powers tier list. Some of these rankings can be flexed into other tiers based on how they're being used at the time. Let me know how you would rank the elemental powers in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Jimblade8304, signing off. Bye.